Chandler Rome asked Dana Brown about the possibility of David Stearns, the Milwaukee Brewers president of baseball operations, coming to Houston. Apparently, it's down to Rosenthal and who was the other one?
David Sammons.
Both claimed that there were two. It was down to two teams.
Yeah.
It's the Mets and the Astros that are vying for Stearns' services here as president of baseball operations. When asked
I'm sorry,
that,
Will Salmon, by the way.
Will Salmon.
But okay, go ahead.
On Sunday, Brown said Crane has not approached him with the idea of hiring a president of baseball operations, nor has he mentioned any interest in Stearns. In fact, I read these articles and I thought, this is weird to me. If Jim wants to hire a president, I'll be fine. I enjoy being able to go directly to Jim. I've always worked under presidents in my entire career, but I enjoy being able to go to Jim. I think that's a good thing. But if he decides to hire a president, I'd understand it. He's worked under presidents before. David Stearns' name popped up quite a bit when the general manager job was open. And he said no, and he was still under contract. Now, as of a couple of days ago, David Stearns is out there and able to go to another team.
Well, Dana Brown said one of the reasons he came to Houston, he acknowledged it in the article, is that there was not, he did not, one of the things that quote unquote intrigued him while lauding the value of lauded the value of the direct line between general manager and owner. Mm-hmm. So now that's one of the things that brought him here, and now it's getting ready to be taken away. Obviously, Jim Crane hasn't talked to him at all about it. So when I start to do now, you add in the fact that Chandler Rome said he spoke with people inside the organization that said Dusty has an issue with. He's doubled down on this, by the way, more than once, that Dusty's got a problem with Chaz McCormick. Dusty, and this time he said it was about his weight. Dusty said, I get him banana pudding from This Is It, Soul Food, like every other day. I'm bringing. If I had a problem with his weight, I'm bringing him banana pudding, which made me sad because I realized banana pudding's probably heavily caloric. And I mean, I wish.
Well, maybe Dusty's giving it to him and says, hey, you're too fat to play center now. Maybe
you think it's a setup?
It's as if Dusty's setting him up to fail.
Maybe it's a setup. You just
so
never know.
So they could play Dubon.
But I would
There's
say
a skinny center fielder, Fatso.
I would say Dusty has started him in now, since that came out, I want to say 44 of 52 games in center field, or 41 of 52 games, something like that.
Yeah.
That is a lot of starts relative. Well, when Dusty said it, he said it's like 1 day off a week. Does that sound terrible to you? 1 day off a week?
When he said it, but of late, it's been less. Chaz McCormick and Yainer Diaz have both been out there less. They didn't play in 2 of the games against the Yankees. Okay. And
that Dusty said this against during the Rangers series.
He didn't.
He played 2 or 3 against the Rangers. Started 2 or 3 against the Rangers, right?
Right, he did.
And in 2 or 3,
he came in and pinch hit and got the home run in the last game.
Yeah.
He didn't start on Saturday against the Padres. Didn't play at all against the Padres.
Started
he didn't
Friday
play
and
in 2 of the games against the Yankees when they could have used him. He didn't play at all in 2 of those games.
Fatty.
And before the Detroit, he didn't play one of the games in that series.
Damn near hitting 900 OPS.
Can we get Todd Callis to incorporate a new nickname? We've got Tuve, Breggy. We've got
Chazzy Chaz.
No, not Chazzy Chaz. We've got who else gets it? King Tuck.
Yep.
Can we get Fatso as Chaz's nickname?
Fatty Chaz?
When he hits home run?
It'd be baller if Chaz started calling himself that.
Yeah.
Just like out of almost, making fun of the whole thing. Well, I didn't want to get back into that, but I do want to bring this up. So, obviously, people in the organization, unless you think Chandler Rome is completely making that up, which I don't believe he's doing that. Chandler's talking to somebody who says this. Dusty disagrees. Chandler is going off a report by Ken Rosenthal and Will Salmon that they are looking at hiring David Stearns as president, and Dana Brown hasn't even heard about it. Do you think that there is any issue where Jim Crane is not happy with some of the decisions that are being made on the field level, on the Dusty's decisions, and doesn't think – is there – I don't know. Some of this just – I feel like there's – I don't think Jim Crane wasn't happy with James Click James Click won a World Series.
Yeah.
I feel like if the right guys are, and we had heard that they traded, one of the reasons they traded Miles Straw was to basically get him out of there so Dusty wasn't playing him. I've heard that behind the scenes. Dusty's winning. Dusty's making decisions that are bearing fruit right now, but there is no guarantee that Dusty will be a long-term guy. I wonder the David Stearns thing, like, does he want to do that in lieu of, maybe this has more to do with Bagwell and Reggie Jackson? You think about that? Like, they're the ones who put him on, Abreu and put him on Montero, although Montero has definitely been better.
It seems like there's somebody in the background that Chandler Rome has got an ear to, maybe a deep throat kind of thing, where he's giving him information about the front office that, it's logical. A lot of the things that Chandler Rome is writing is logical, and that people in the organization would be upset with some of the stuff that Dusty's doing. The whole fan base is pretty much frustrated with what the majority of the fan, other than your brother, the majority of the fan base is really upset with a lot of the lineups that Dusty's coming up with.
Completely disagree. There's a ton of Astros fans who are pro Dusty. It's the whole reason I lost my mind whenever Astros Twitter is like, you can't challenge anything ever at all.
Yeah, I don't.
But my brother is a card carrying. My brother's a card carrier. He's going to go the other way.
No, he's good.
He's a contrarian, and he's a coach.
He's a contrarian, and he's a coach.
And
so
he's a coach.
coach.
Do you think Jeff Van Gundy likes these moves? Yes. Do you think Jeff Van Gundy would tell you that?
No, I tell you what. I'll bet you Jeff Van Gundy's a little frustrated with his lineups.
No way.
Yes.
Jeff Van Gundy will say, the guy's winning World Series. When did it become a problem with a guy winning World Series, and he's also winning the division again, and he's had these injuries? So you get rid of the manager? What about Christian Javier?
Chaz, Fat Cormick, Fat Chazzy.
We're not calling him
Fat
these,
Chazmanian.
Not Fat Cormick.
Fat Chazmanian. Chazzy Fatty. Chaz
Don't
McObese.
Twitch does not need to be your go-to for
McFat ass.
No. And these are all funny because he's balling out. The guy's hitting like crazy. Dale, it's not funny.
Fat
Don't laugh and hit
It
the
is
face.
funny.
Fast chat. Big Fat Chaz. All these are nicknames.
Not Orange Fizz instead of Chaz Fizz.
Chaz McFats. Chaz McRib.
A lot of them work. I don't know if Todd Callis will say any of them.
And he's not fat.
Chaz McCombo.
And Chaz, here's the thing. Chaz isn't fat. It's not McCombo. If Chaz hears this, he's going to be so mad at you.
McCombo might be my favorite.
Chaz Fat Cormick was pretty good. And here's the thing. Chaz looks like he's in great shape.
No, he's
loves balling out.
He loves how strong he is.
I know. How is this a thing?
Prince Fielder was strong too.
No, he's
they're not the
Prince
same.
Fielder. He plays
Prince
center
Fielder.
field.
Prince Fielder. My
Who's
gosh.
the guy, the fat guy on the Mets?
Bartolo Colon?
No, the hitter.
Oh my God!
Right now he's
Not the Asian guy.
He's great. I love that guy. Anyway, stop Twitch. Twitch is so mean.